Counter-Strike's all about skill, teamwork, discipline. Those are the three pillars you need to be working on. It's that third one that really didn't work out, but Dimasic, that did. Good lord, the USP comes into fruition. He finds the first two kills, but Xantera is still alive, and he's always going to be a bit of a beast here. It's now a 4 versus 3. They are going to be committing fully towards the A bomb site. Engine, though, could fall back on the bomb on his back there, and Xantera is trying to get the wall bang at the Glock. That's ambitious.
AVANGAR yesterday was my wild card pick against Mouse Sports. Impressed, I think, more than some people would have expected. Good reaction from Majors. He snaps back over to Jane, but Buster's got the shot back. Xantara is still trying to find Christian down below as he jumps into the site. It's going to be a secret that's easily able to put Engine down and be aware of the fact that Xantara has makes the firebox in from the firebox, so he's able to turn it around and take down both aforementioned players. That gives him space inside of the site. He's got the HP advantage over Buster as well. 14 only for Buster. USP's going to have to nail the headshot. Xantara does have to go back to get the ball. Doesn't even matter. Straight kill. 4 in total for Xantara's.
That was absolutely wild towards the end. Xantara stepping up. If he's on the server map, anything can happen there. It looked like it was locked in for AVANGAR. Its opening kills are fantastic. Xantara, though, jumping out of the palace, getting himself into an advantageous position. 2 kills come in there, then absolutely rails him toward the steps. Brilliant stuff.
And I did look it up yesterday because we mentioned that on the previous HLTV ratings, Xantara's was the highest rated. Again, a little bit skewed based on the fact that he doesn't play Tier 1 all the time. He's actually still rated number 2 under rating 2.0, which is the new rating system. Bintet's the only player higher, which is a similar story. Again, kind of skewed opposition, but it's remarkable nonetheless.
You have to think, if he was a fluent English speaker where he would be playing right now, it's unbelievable how good he can be.
I have said that. I mentioned it to him last year when we were at one of the 1v1 tournaments actually in Bucharest. I said, man, you need to learn some English because you could easily play anywhere, and he didn't really respond because he didn't speak English.
Yeah.
Didn't understand what I said to begin with, so it didn't matter.
Well, there we go. Once again, Matt, it's the same problem. They do get the trade there, but they're going into these choke points without any real utility at the very start. They can hold up. It's a massive problem for Space Soldiers. They are starting to recover somewhat, though, but Buster does a very good job with the Desert Eagle, even more so the second. 3 versus 2 now, and these anti-ecos always are so dicey for Space Soldiers. But 2 versus 1, just about as Paz finds a penultimate kill there, and it's up to James, who will be in CT spawn.
And with the scout is a threat because Paz with only 17 HP. Major on 100. Headshot would take him down, obviously. Can at least afford to take a bit of damage. He wants to get that bomb planted, just barely evades the shot from the scout. He'll go safe side of boxes so that it can't be sprayed through the long position.
It's getting a bit scary. I feel like James is about to hit one of these shots. All of a sudden, it's a 1 versus 1. But Paz does deliver. But once again, I'm feeling nervous when they go into these anti-eco situations. Every single time, like, everyone's going out 1 by 1. There's no utility really deployed. You can see the steps not even covered there. Then Buster, lovely shot, don't get me wrong, but still, it's always so touch and go every single time.
Keep in mind that AVANGAR, this is their #1 played map. This will be their 33rd match on it. They did lose yesterday. Before yesterday, they had like a 71% win rate on it. So, different opposition, sure, but it's still remarkable that they've gotten it twice out of the long ban process that is the best of 1. So, that's going to be something that they're pleased with.
Full eco now. CZ for Buster. Will be Dimasic. I've been told it's been out. So we're going to work on that map.
We're going to work on it. We'll make it fluent, so if we say it Dimasic, it's still like it's all about the same, right?
So not really much the CT can do. They went for a big stack, unfortunately for them, so it is almost guaranteed to be the 3-0 here, as you can see. Not really much to report here, Matthew. It's going to be one of those rounds where we don't get to say much at all. The bomb we planted, that's the round guaranteed to be over, and it might even be an idea just to stave and stay alive on the CT side. You can see a majority usage of the SMG on the terrorist forces. Every time they get a kill with that weapon, it's $600. So you might consider even just denying them everything. Staying alive wouldn't be the end of the world. See if they run into a little crossfire setup here. You can get one of the kills, but it looks like the map can do some serious work now. 3 kills come in. It's just going to be Buster as the last remaining CT. CZ in hand is going to hold in the B apartments and hold for anyone pushing towards him. It's obviously a close range weapon. He might get 1 kill here. Not meant to be though. Clean sweep and a bit of a bonus situation for the Space Soldiers here. 3 MAC-10s up against a weakened AVANGAR. If you force buy in the second round, you are going to be struggling. They do get the AWP out, but you can see there'll be a distinct lack of either utility or helmets. And okay, they've gone for the former. So they've gone for 3 helmets here and 2 smokes available, Matt, in the first gun round. That is not ideal, is it?
A couple of young players in this as well. Kikert, Christian. I'm told it's like Christian.
Yes.
Christian.
But how do you hold off?
And I'm just going to say, and Calix are all 3 of the 10 youngest players in this event.
Oh, I've seen you've been doing your research.
I have. Thank you.
Statistician.
James makes his well. He's just a bit older, but this goes toward the sandwich. You're right. How do you hold off a rush with scanning on James well, and there's no kits to work with on the CT side?
Looking okay right now. It's still a 3-on-3. The bomb, oh, that's a courageous plant, I have to say. Paz still fragging though, 2-on-2. Jane rotating in with the AWPs, coming towards that connector area. Paz has been tagged up. And now Buster has shown us some decent form. That Desert Eagle continues it with the M4A4. Paz now 2 frags into this round, but it doesn't look likely he can win this one. If he finds one more kill, that's actually really beneficial. The money's still going to be extremely weak for the CT forces, and now the mind games begin. Has he gone towards B? The CTs don't know. They are going to separate. That does give Paz a chance to make his way in. If he lands a 1-bullet headshot towards Buster, that would be extremely beneficial. Seems to know that he could be hiding on the bomb side there as he makes his way in. As you can see in the top left, both CTs now on completely other sides of the map.
Had red HP when he finished the last round, but had a teammate with him against a scout. This time with the AK, still manages to find Buster for free. So bomb will go down. Has a smoke and 2 flashes. He'll use them both right away to try and get movement. It's like gap in the smoke, but the flash would have covered off the time in which he crossed. 14 again to take down James, who's gotten much closer, but he's just with the USP to work back in, which is
Oh,
to the
gets
AK.
him! He pulled his nade out, Paz. That's an absolutely sick round from him. I was just saying, he gets one more kill, Matt, that's enough. That's going to be ruining their economy. He somehow gets the bomb down, finding the kill towards the bomb site. The thing is, right, there's an argument to be made here. The CTs, did they play that correctly? They could both be playing around the middle area, maybe say window connector, and to stay in a 2-man unit. If one player, if he does go towards B, sure, you're going to take him, he's allowed to plant the bomb, and then you take him down together. As soon as you separate like that, you set yourself up for disaster because the rotation is going to take so long. A lot of pressure on either player there, and it does not work out for the CTs whatsoever. We go into round number 5 here. Space Soldiers 4-0 up. Some great individual play. Sonterra saving them in the pistol. Paz coming up trumps in round number 4. CT forces, but a little bit more equipped. They have got 3 CZs. Deagle as well. There is some body armor available, so I wouldn't say it's a partial buy, but it's something. Smokes to be deployed. We have one player on the B side of the map. Molotov's going in, and this time, this is looking much better. This is what I want to see on these sort of anti-egos. Go for a full execution, treat it like a gun round, like you would. Don't expect it's going to be an easy affair. As you can see, though, it's still falling apart, and it goes into a 4 versus 3. They've given up a couple of AKs at the same time. These rounds are never straightforward, it seems, for Space Soldiers.
As goes back toward the apartments. He has to survive on his own. At least until such time the bomb can get in position. He's done well. He's held the quad side sight inside of the pillars. Not taking any unnecessary peeks, and in fact holding off the door. He'll get Buster walking through as well. It's James, last alive. I take that back. Peeker's still in this as well, but as long as low HP is on 19. Good find from James to at least pull the round level, but much to work with, no kits. They've got to get aggressive. James going to try and do exactly that. His teammate's still in the window, and OHP can do nothing. Paz is going to find him soon after his teammate went down.
Well recovered. 5-0, but this is where the game really begins for AVANGAR. Remember, this is a best-of-1 environment. These sort of starts, especially on a map like Mirage on the CT side, where it's technically more favored, this is looking pretty disastrous. Here's Major getting it done with the AK-47. Lovely work by him. We spoke to him in the pre-game interview, and he said the team was nervous yesterday, and they know they can do better today. So far, so good map. Not giving up a single round so far, but very early days, and AVANGAR changed their stance to go for a double AWP setup. Still no kits. Their money is not stable. 3 players have our helmets. Luckily, no SMGs available for Space Soldiers here. They're going to have 5 AK-47s. And we'll take a tactical timeout. That's actually going to be Space Soldiers calling that one. They know they can control the pace of this game, dictate where it's going, and force AVANGAR into uncomfortable situations. Space Soldiers, of course, dropping out to Sprout yesterday on Cobblestone. We thought that would be a lock-in for them, the start of their underdog campaign here at stage 1 of the major, but it wasn't meant to be. Their anti-egos were a massive problem, and their T side especially just did not look good. But, like we said, so far so good in this one. This is a 0-1 game. Double AWP setup. Is there a change in terms of the aggression from the CTs? I don't think so. I think let's give this a go. They have sent 3 players towards B, with Dimasik heading towards Shore. He hasn't got the AWP, bear in mind. He's gone towards CPL with the M4A4. In terms of to set up for Space Soldiers. Looks like a B execution coming through. I think this is a great way to play the game. If you have full control of the money, set pieces, and just bullying the CTs off when they haven't really got the utility to hold you at bay is a very good idea. Double orb setup, that could be a disaster for retaking bomb sites if the full wall of smokes comes in towards the B area.
So underpass to work with for Paz and Calyx. DMI-Sick above them. B will cut off the arches, so Kurt's got to go back inside of the site, which now gives Paz and Calyx the chance to try and boost with DMI-Sick watching Catwalk instead. Paz is going to get in, and Dima never turned. Oh, he just did. I was about to say, based on my view, that he got all the way to the vent. He just got caught in time by DMI-Sick, which gives them back mid-control, and it's going to force Space Soldiers back. That's a huge win, because if he was able to get through the vents and sneak around behind from Checker, they were down inside of the B site.
5 versus 3. Finally, something looking promising for AVANGAR here. It's the AWP of Jame that does step up quite nicely there to find a very influential pick. 30 seconds remaining. It's unlikely Space Soldiers get back into this round, but Xanterra is still alive here. Krisen looking towards a connector, but Xanterra, here he comes, using that AK-47. Here's a very scary factor on the map. So is Calyx as he takes that one. Can't find the second now. It's going to be DMI-Sick hiding towards jungle. 13 seconds remaining. The Inferno now be impressed. Xanterra is now causing some pain from the palace area. He wants to take these challenges. He wants to find the jewels, and is buying time for Engine. He's walking towards CT spawn. No double spray down today, but now Engine left in a 2 versus 1, and Xanterra has done the damage.
Tons of damage. This gives Engine a massive chance. The fact the bomb went down and Xanterra was able to find the early kill gives them a massive chance. Busters, oh, with 2 HP, able to get the shot through the box and finally get AVANGAR around. This will be a full 5-round reset. We talked a little bit about how that money system works yesterday, meaning that if they lose the next one with only 1 player surviving, they're going to be left with very little economy. So a chance to reset for Space Soldiers at least, but a first round for AVANGAR.
Yeah, still, that was a 5-on-3 situation coming down to a tight 1 versus 1. Good effort by Space Soldiers, and like we said, they're going to keep them very, very modest indeed. This is the final shot. You can just see the tiny bit of forehead sticking out of the box there. Engine does go down eventually, but still, Space Soldiers have a real strong full buy here, of course. They get the 5 AK-47s, every bit of utility required. Look at AVANGAR, 2 UMPs, the saved AWP, and they're going for a full A execution. This is what I said, if you know you're controlling the economy, keep dropping these in. CT's going to struggle.
Fast execution as well. Calyx through these sets smoke toward jungle from inside the spawn. It's the fastest way to throw it, but they had to go through a smoke and a flash of their own. Buster's able to step up as a result. He's got the UMP. Garrett manages to shut down Engine, and Calyx, the one who threw the smoke and then went back towards spawn to get bomb, is now left alone. So the fast play does not pay off. I don't mind running fast plays. I won't say it's not going to pay off yet because Calyx is the second highest rated player on Space Soldiers. He's already got 1 and given himself a breath of room. But to run a fast play when you're up against a potential reset, it's a tough call to make.
They're just trying to make sure that AVANGAR can get comfortable. There's no defaults being presented. There's nothing at all, right? They're changing it up every single round. Execute towards B, execute at A, fast push in. And like it's not a standard game so far, but after this round, I would suggest it'll be one of the final buys coming forward for Space Soldiers if they do indeed lose this round. Calyx has a chance to win, of course, but it's unlikely.
Well, and 2 things. 1, he can get the bomb plant down, which would give them enough money for a great buy. And secondly, any kill that he gets here is going to make it very costly.
Yes, absolutely. Krisen, as you can see, he's in T-spawn, gathering information, not even required. He will be taken down. Calyx that is towards a connector, and we get 5-2 on the scoreboard. Like we said, 1 more buy available for Space Soldiers before they are on eco. But nice to see AVANGAR turning up now and starting to stabilize somewhat. Buster with this UMP. This was absolutely wild. The fact he got the 2nd kill at such long range. There we go. It's even the 3rd. That was the one that was impressing me towards that Major there. Great work with the UMP. A weapon that was nerfed earlier in 2017 for that very reason. The range was a little bit too long in it, but still doesn't affect him at all. Xanterra spots a player crossing towards the connector. They can't pull the trigger in time. Big round here. As AVANGAR start to get into this game. Diffuse kits coming out, the utility. No double AWP setup again, but Jame, the main AWPer, will have that weapon in hand. Exploring towards the B apartments now. The CTs will be pushing through. That's a great position to be in. Gets a lot of information, but doesn't go any further. Just hold up there. Oh, he will indeed hold up.
So it doesn't get, as you say, any further information, but it can still give them confidence to not be directly inside of the B site. More so, because Buster's also been watching Catwalk. based on his position. Good find from Christian. He's got one down on Major. Alex. Now really could be last buy. Space Soldiers, they need to get into the site quickly to get the bomb down. Good play from Paz, but he doesn't realize the Busters rotate behind him so quickly. And even though he does react, he still gets taken down by the M4. Engine does make up for it. Divisic over-aggressive, overextending, and Zontares gets Buster trying to reach around to catch the kill in return. They could have waited because Quicker was on the hard flank. He's actually just gotten inside of A main, and he's easily going to take down Engine, but that means it's costly. Thankfully, he does get the bomb for it. Zontares has gotten it down to a one-on-one, and my God, he is scary when he's on a form like this. 2 kills already, and he's so crisp. We need to get his camera shot at some point of how close he sits to his monitor because he's dead accurate, and perhaps that's why. He takes down Kickert as well.
Oh, you don't want to give up a position when you're in a 1v1 with Zontares. He seems to hit absolutely every single shot. You're right. Such a scary player to be up against there. And we were mentioning it before. Like, he sits unbelievably close to his monitor. Like, the nose is almost touching. He's like, the hands are directly beneath him. He's just in the game, I guess. It's like, he's like Sanio at that point. It's like just reading the gaming code. And, unbelievable scenes. What a fantastic clutch from him. 6-2, and it looks like an eco coming forward for AVANGAR here. Major, to be careful, my friend. You are alone with the AWP up against an eco. If you lose that weapon, it could come disastrous, but what a flick that was. Dimasic will get his head blown off there, removed from the server. And we run round number 9, and 6-2 looking to be 7-2 very shortly.
So Calyx UMP gonna hold just to make sure no one pushes aggressively. They do get the reset in the end based on good efficiency. Again, 1 player survived in the first round. They won only 3 in the second round, but they had to buy in so aggressively that they get caught out immediately. So Space Soldiers take over control. Nifty little pop flash off the fridge. Doesn't go deep in the hallway, but anyone directly on the platform will be caught by it should they elect to go for it, and then Engine can peek. At least clear the direct threat. I think perhaps they're going to just let Major do the clearing. No, there it is. So they do go for it. Double peek out. Major will get in position. Next task. Van and Major's in position to get out Kickert as soon as he actually pushes out. So they went the short Molotov instead.
Yeah, flushing him out of that tight corner. A lot of players will sit in that position when they've got a CZ, for example, or maybe an MP7 UMP. Use a flashbang from a teammate and try and spray them down. But we can see them heading back towards A. It's up to Major now. He started alone at the very beginning of the round, now alone towards B while his teammates get in.
And there's 2 reasons for him to be the flanker, for him to be the faker. First off, he's got the nades to do it. Secondly, they can plant so that he's in mid with the AWP to watch through connector. So Major's already rotated back in that position. He just has to hold position for such time that the bomb is planted perfectly for him. It is, the fake works, and I highly doubt they're even going to do anything with the pistols. But it's a smart play to let the AWP post that position.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, at this point, guaranteed round for Space Soldiers. AVANGAR, in terms of the next round, they're on the first stage loss bonus, but they've got about 3K per player, maybe just under that on a couple of them. So they will be able to buy into the next round. It just won't be ideal. It will be another mishmash buy. Might have some Famuses, UMPs, a couple of M4s, something like that. They could take a partial buy here if they really want to play safe, as Paz finds yet another kill. If they find 1 AK-47 taking the next round, that'd actually help a lot. I can't stress that enough.
Unfortunately, doesn't look like that's going to happen. I'm going to post up inside a checker. 7-2 for Space Soldiers.
Ooh. Dimasic, he's got $2,600. There he is, Zontares.
That's him relaxing.
He's not in
right
games.
now.
There. Yeah, he gets a bit closer. He's right up in that monitor.
The only person I know that might sit as close, maybe, I don't know if I can say closer, but Bondic sits very
that's
close
right.
as well.
Yeah, I've seen him plenty of times, like DreamHack events and those booths and stuff, and he's just like right up to the monitor. That's him just getting ready for the round. Imagine when he's in a clutch, how close he gets.
He looks like a wrist aimer as well because he has his hand closer to the edge of the desk, which could maybe go along with the mouse acceleration, but
sure.
Again, I don't use it. You are strictly against it, but it seems to work for him.
Well, here we go. Well, if you use very high sensitivity, it's not actually a massive issue because it's all about the speed you move a mouse, and obviously it goes up. If you're using really high sense, it's not a massive deal, but 7-2, and it's round number 10 here. Like I said, a couple of compromises have to be made. UMPs will come out. James still has the AWP, but no armor. 1 HE grenade as we're 1 minute 20 to the round. That is not ideal. They have to work hard for these frags. They cannot rest on their laurels and wait for an execution to come in. Someone actively needs to hunt for a kill at the very beginning of this round. Major, he's been hitting some pretty interesting shots so far. I have been enjoying some of the flicks he's been presenting so far into this, and you can see Quicker with the push towards the B opponents again. Like I said, he has to work hard and try and get a kill here. Same story for Buster, waiting for a sound cue to come on the corner, and it works out for a Major. The AWP can't do anything about that. Good flashbangs being utilized, and find 2 kills. 5 on 3, but they have thrown these kind of rounds away before. Paz surely dead here. Doesn't check the corner, and he will be punished for that.
Yesterday, one of the issues AVANGAR had on their CT side, Team 6 going to pull it back and get Xantares down, is that they did lose key battles on both Cat and B, and it was a big weakness for them against Mouse Sports. There's some rounds in particular we referenced on the desk. Today, it's a little bit of a different story. This round's pretty straightforward. Double up setup seems to work. Not too much, 1 kill for it, but Buster seems to hold off well on Cat. The formula to what's causing them to lose today is very different in that they're just getting ripped apart in duels. I mean, the number of clutches we've seen that's gone the way of Space Soldiers has been remarkable.
Well, they're yet to post more than 2 rounds in a row, AVANGAR, so need to start stringing these rounds together. They do manage to get a couple of AKs now. That is very beneficial for the CT forces to have. That might sound a little bit strange, but the AK-47 has one-tap potential, means you can play more aggressive angles on the CT side. And James, speaking of aggression, doesn't manage to get towards that A ramp with the AWP. It's a little bit Fallen-esque, if you like, as Xantares is ready and waiting. He does drop a smoke. That will be allowing... Oh, that's an awful little smoke. Doesn't do anything for him, I'm afraid. Massive gap. There's no one way there. Misthrows it. And at this point, he might consider falling back. His teammates are watching Palace for him, but he wants to try and get this first kill. Flashbang actually misses him, and he gets the collateral. Takes Paz down to 14 HP.
I thought he was going to get both cleanly, but fair enough. 14 for Paz. It's still all good. AVANGAR could fall back and play more securely in the site, so the aggression pays off. Engine's going to line up top stairs, smoke. So they're still going to like to go for the A execution. 1 man down, 1 man, well, 2 men weakened, but 1 significantly. Major already holding off mid as well. Does have to watch for Buster rotating over B because they know this is going to go to the A site. Christian's already got him by walking immediately out. Hitting him cleanly a connector. He's isolated by smoke, so he can afford to be the one to peek because he's not going to be spotted from Palace as a result. Paz in again. He's always low on HP, it seems, when he's the last alive, and he'll get shut down this time. 2 in a row for AVANGAR.
I think this will be the first eco now for Space Soldiers. AVANGAR getting into this game. It's not over just yet. They can still win the half, remember. So this is looking quite promising now for the AVANGAR boys. They get the AKs out. Like we said, 2 of those, as I was explaining in the previous round. Great for going in positions like towards short, facing middle, B apartments, going for the 1-taps means you can go toe-to-toe with the terrorists in terms of 1v1 duels. Double orb setup also. Buster and James, just to note, it'll go towards B, Space Soldiers. PD-50s, CZs. 1 Deagle, no armor, no nades. So this should be quite a quick round. I'll see if they can get any sort of damage inflicted here. We have seen a few rounds in this major go towards full eco teams, and kick out with this position. They should be fine. Nice aggressive stance from him. Completely controls middle and the underpass, so they shouldn't be getting much further than that.
Position takes Xantares down immediately. Had no idea that he was in behind the boxes. Rotate toward B as well, which is the right position to be in. Good first shot from Buster, holding on from Cat, takes down 2. James gets the other. Double up crossfire in B, bomb down. Paz a long way removed from the action. He'll head toward B now, but in vain. Deagle no armor.
Yeah, good luck with this one. Mirage is a map that lends itself to the Deagle itself. Lots of long-range open duels, 1-tap potential. You can see there's a chance for it. Doesn't quite nail the shot. But should be dealt with momentarily. There it is. And the final kill comes in. Clean sweep there for AVANGAR. 7-5 now the overall scoreline. His Buster, nothing to write home about. A couple of pretty standard AWP shots coming through there. Manages to nail them. Calais goes down, denies the bombing part. That's the main factor there. The fact he denies any sort of extra cash coming into Space Soldiers. They haven't really had the AWP out at all. We did discuss the idea that it's a common misconception in CSGO that you have to have an AWP to have a full gun round. Some teams feel more comfortable with 5 AK-47s, it means you're a little bit more dynamic. You can't get as many opening picks perhaps, but still executions can be a lot more powerful with 5 AKs. And it looks like that's what they're going for right now. 4 players towards the A side of the map, 3 at the A ramp, 1 in the Palace, and we have 1 player towards middle at the very same time. That's going to be major as the smokes begin to be deployed. It's going to be Xantares coming out of the Palace area. We'll see if they can get anything done here. James plays very closely once again with the AWP. Has to go to the CZ.
Tagged considerably as well. He still plays in the smoke, but can't find the kill he was waiting for. Christian was nearly paid off. 6 dinked multiple times. And Paz runs him down as well. So the gun's paying off again for Space Soldiers. Major tries to go in late. Buster's missed it. It does take Major off the angle. He bails out on it because he thinks the repeat would come in time. But it does mean problems for Christian because now he's got to look toward the front of the site and be a little bit wary of exactly where Major is going.
It looks like the round might be all but over. Buster, one more shot though. He's going to give it his best effort here. 2 versus 1. Paz and Calix just have to hold in the crossfire. They opt to sit both at the Tetris position right now. He has got an incendiary, a smoke, and a diffuse kit. This is certainly viable for him. Edges in towards the jungle area, but looks like he'll be bailing out at this point. Too much information to gather and a bomb to defuse. Probably the sensible decision to him at. And he can save the AWP and just keep the money strong for the last couple of rounds coming forward now. Good work by Space Soldiers. The A execution coming in just when they know the double orb setup's out for the TTs. I thought it was a strange maneuver from the other AWP at the very start there, James, who holds towards that A ramp. He had plenty of opportunity to bail out. The smoke's being down there, but pulls out the CZ, wants to sit in the smoke, and essentially gives himself up for free. There's the kill right there. Paz takes him down. And it was a nice idea in the round before. I think maybe twice a half you can get away with that, the A ramp. But as soon as you feel the execution coming in, maybe time to bail out. And you can even easily get the steps and try and just hold a more defensive position. Double all set again, like we said, saving the AWP was a good idea. And we'll get into round number 14 here. Mac 10 for Major. Not sure that's the correct play. He could have probably got the AK-47. He's got about 2k left over. Opts for the SMG here. There's only one player without a helmet. That's going to be Crizzen. So watch out for that as he edges through the smoke in middle here.
Crizzen will still wait to try and see above this one deployed and makes it work. Shuffles back over to the left side of connector. It allows him to see the catwalk. Major goes down. Zontaras again. Straight entrance. That's when he plays the best, when he's got the room. Snap accuracy.
This is why you deploy set pieces, so your star players can get some positional control, get out of positions like Palace here, but not finding the shots just yet. Wow. Definitely not going to find them now. Jane with the wallbang shot there with the AWP. Now it's a 5 versus 1. Paz, nothing to do about this. He does get one kill with the bomb down, as you can see, in the very middle of the bomb side there. He has got a minute to work with here. This would be a huge throw from AVANGAR. They get this one up. Good flashbangs, nice teamwork there, and that should ruin the economy for Space Soldiers going into the last round here. 8-6. Almost certainly going to be 8-7. We'll see what they can bring. Maybe on the T side they can scrap together a couple of AKs and maybe 3 pistols. We'll see what they go for here.
Good recovery from AVANGAR.
That shot.
AVANGAR to pull this back as well, because remember they were down, I think, at one point 7-2.
Yeah, indeed they were.
So they recovered this well, and definitely doing so with CT side economy and tatters. I always talk about that. That's so hard to recover because
yeah,
more expensive, no bonus from bomb plants.
Yeah, that's why there's an argument to be made. Force buying in the second round after losing the piss on the CT side is best of 1, especially in this sort of environment where it's so brutal to recover from. I would say that's definitely an idea to consider. But as you said, UMP's Mac 10s, and they did spot all to be apartments and see a couple of players with Space Soldiers there, but they'll fall back and just hold up at this point.
Buster's positioned well. It looked like the aggression might have caught them out, and Zontaras and Paz were both set for crossfire if anyone wanted to get aggressive toward the apartments directly. They're going to throw the similar flash, bounced off the fridge to allow Paz to peek, but it doesn't fool Buster. He reads it perfectly, tries. Hold 0 on the leg, can't quite do it, goes for more, but he gets up on top of the barrel. This time he does get the kill. And down goes Engine. It's on to Calix to plant it on the off-site, back over toward A. He's got Major with them. They don't have weapons. Mac 10 only for Major. At least the head armor, so if they can win one duel and pick up a gun, massively beneficial. Oh, nice shot, Calix. I was going to say the problem is chasing that gun because they'll expose themselves around the corner. Demon 6 going to clean up, and 8-7, then we'll split the half down the middle. Good recovery, AVANGAR. I say that again because we know, again, this is their best map. Yesterday, their CT side was, I think, problematic. I think it could have been better. They actually did win the CT side against Mouse Sports, but T side gave them problems.
8-7, yeah. All things considered, that is a very good recovery from AVANGAR. As well from Buster. That's how they come to life there towards the end of the half. Teamatic getting a nice double spray down there. So, the game's still absolutely anyone's here. It comes down to the all-important pistol once again. It was Zontaras and Space Soldiers. I guess a slight cameo from them in the initial pistol in the first half. He got 4 kills, which was 3 versus 1 clutch at the same time. Can he pull off the same sort of heroics here in half number 2? We will find out momentarily. We'll have a look at the buys right now. There is no upgraded pistols at all for Space Soldiers, not even a bit of a utility map. 5 sets of armor up against a similar story, but Space Soldiers have a kit and a smoke on Engine there.
3 to B. Demasik and Buster to hold off A main and mid. It's not going to be a direct B hit with the 3 in apartments. In fact, they're all going to rotate together back towards Antares, who's gooched up, taken down to 25 from range. He has to play a different angle, have to get out of the window. That's going to allow Keeper as well to jump up, catches Antares inside of the vent. Easy kill. He'll grab the P2000. Engine is holding off the backside. At least Alex and Major are holding off the inside of the site. There's nowhere for them to go. Christian finally gets one back. Demasik has to fight on. He's got to do it quick and correctly because unfortunately they've lost the bomb toward jungle. A minute and 5, that may not matter. Major, what a great round from him.
Yeah, he's looked solid so far on this best of 1. 3 great shots there. It's a fantastic position to be in. If you can get towards Palace and clear out that area and ascertain that there's no terrorist presence there whatsoever, holding that position, they're unlikely to check it. You've got the USP and you can completely rinse them from that position. Will be Paz doing some fantastic work there, but this was the all-important moment. Major coming out of the Palace, 1 by 1, taking them down. Lovely shots coming through and denies the bomb being planted. That's a big deal. Now AVANGAR are forced to buy up in the second round here. They'll have Deagle, CZ. It looks like they'll go for an A play here, but they've noticed the bomb is still down in T-spawn, so I doubt a full commitment will come out of this. This is just trying to work a pick. Unless they've forgotten the bomb, I'd assume they'll fall back after trying to work a Deagle kill here.
Aggressive Deagle, as you say, work that kill. Doesn't really work out for them, but the bomb is in spawn.
They have this legit for them.
About the only thing you'd want to try and accomplish this round. Get a bomb plant.
Yeah, well,
don't know that it would have happened anyway. They never really had the room in the site, to be fair.
It's still nice to bring it with you know, just in case. You never know. But maybe this thought, you know what, let's just win this round by killing them all. Send out a message. We don't need the bomb.
Or let's just get it over with and get back to gun rounds.
Well, they're going to full eco now. So maybe they could do that this round.
Certainly are. 10-7.
Glocks, ahoy. PD50.
Were you like a Chips Ahoy fan? Did you guys have those in the UK?
No, don't know what that is.
It's a cereal.
Okay.
I think it's a cereal. No, maybe it's just a cookie. I can't remember.
Oh.
I'm going to look that up. You keep going.
I will. There's not really much I can do with this round, Matt. So thank you for throwing me a bone on this one. I get a chance to some play-by-play.
Yeah, they're cookies. That's
okay. Glocks rushing towards middle, and Xantares licking his lips at the prospect of finding a big spray down there, but he does get punished. These are the sort of rounds where you have to present some sort of discipline, Matt. You don't want to give up too much, but Xantares, that's fine. They'll have 4 UMPs into the next round here, so expect something a little bit out there, maybe a push towards the lower ramp or towards underpass with the UMPs. They do manage to pick up 1 of the M4s. That was Xantares, so now just 3 of those aforementioned SMGs to use in round number 19 here. 11-7, first gun round. Jane brings out the AWP. Busted us to know 16 kills, rivaling the likes of Paz, is on 19. So, as I said, I expect something aggressive here from the CTs. Whether it's pushing B apartments up towards middle, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like we mid, at least. Looks like quite a standard round, if I'm honest. And Calyx does go down at the very start. Jane continues that very strong AWP form, as QCat will have a chance to find another kill here.
Tries to. No one's really going to expose themselves after the Molotov goes down on the platform. Major just stays tight. So Calyx down early does give AVANGAR at least a little bit to work with. Lots of time to do it, to be fair. 16. She will try and get back toward the upper side of middle as well, with Buster above watching the window. Interestingly enough, they don't have a whole lot of information. They've control toward middle, but they're going to go back toward B, where they did spot Major behind the van. He's since vacated that position and gone more aggressively toward the catwalk, which will easily catch them off. Buster walks directly into the AWP. No one else heading that direction, at least yet. The saving grace in the round for them is that B is relatively open, aside from Paz, who's just walked in. Christian could have walked in behind him and potentially caught him off, but he's timid to do so.
Prison. Nice position from him. Paz going to be tested here with the UMP. Can't get anything done. Major, the last line of defense in the B bomb site, hits another wonderful flick there, but he is fully flashed, and that's where Christian will come into play. Xantares now M4, not in a great position. He will be punished for that. 3 versus 1. Now remember, this is the bonus round from the CTs. Bomb goes down, and you can try to deny it there with the incendiary. Decent attempt though, but Jane will get out. pretty much unscathed. And now Engine looking to cause some damage, maybe just financially at this point. Knows he can't win the round. He's going to rotate and try and find an AK-47, something like that. But maybe he goes all the way back round. Another UMP there, my friend. But just saving that. Not going to really challenge for anything else here. So 3 UMPs into round number 19, not working out there for Space Soldiers. Good work by James. Towards that B bomb site, they had to at least find one of those kills that they finally committed there, but nothing really came through. And AVANGAR right back in the second half now with 3 players surviving, so that's good news for them. Engine 7K. So the UMP always going to be viable, even in gun rounds here. Here's James at the very start, taking down Calix. That's a nice scalp to take at the very start. Santaro's definitely had the lineup there for a double spray down map, but the AWP is definitely the counter to that play.
Solid entrance on B as well.
Well, this is where the game really heats up. M4s will come out. Calix on the AWP. Same story for Major, so they're going for a double AWP setup as well. It's one of the maps you're almost guaranteed to have this in almost every single CT half. It's a very strong setup, especially the long rotations towards that B bomb site. You want to have an AWP setup. Turret mode, but an execution coming in with the looks of things. 3 towards Palace. Won't even be an execution. This will be a 1 smoke, flashbang over, and here they come.
Shot back from Christian, but it's the only one so far. Calix, the second op lines up. Zantaras chimes in as well. Good start from Engine.
Yeah, very simple approach here. That is thrown in every now and then by T side, just to have the surprise factor. It's not a telegraph. That's a full execution there, Zantaras to finish things off. 3 towards Palace. Actually a very common pistol strategy. You don't see it too much on gun rounds, and there he goes. Flash over, send 3 players out the Palace. Even as an AWP CT spawn, the idea is you can blow his head off as soon as the first player goes down. It's all about trading frags and having the surprise factor. But Engine, he didn't really see that surprise, did he? 2 frags at UMP, perfect situation for that. Christian finally takes him down, but Calix doing a good job there with the AWP. Gets the third, and then Zantaras with 2 frags of his own. And what have we got here? It looks like a little bit of eco for the AVANGAR squad. They win 1 round and then get completely reset. It's 4-1 right now in the second half.
Major again. Push a little bit more aggressively this time toward the B apartments. The pistols and a potential 13th round for Space Soldiers. It's again the T side that seems to cost them. They starts off with 1 kill. Fortunately, walking in without much more to work with. Paz is certainly ready. Engine catches out Buster. And I think we do have the round done, Henry.
I think you might be right there. Unless
sometimes wrong.
It has
usually
been,
wrong.
Very rarely, I would say. I know you don't be so hard on yourself. 13-8. Calix will find the final blow as they get into round number 23. 13-8. Do or die time, I'm afraid, AVANGAR. Remember, this is a 0-1 game. In the Swiss format, you have 3 lives, essentially. As soon as you lose 3 games, that means you're out of the tournament. You will not be making it to the final 16. And both these teams find themselves in that same situation. 0-2 is a very scary prospect, considering some of the teams in this tournament. As we look at AVANGAR's buy, it's a pretty healthy one. 4 AK-47s, the lack of utility though. AWP comes out, they have 1 smoke after throwing the initial one towards middle. That is not ideal, and the CTs are getting aggressive here. Zantaras, he's not going to miss those sort of shots. Takes down the AWP, looking for the double, nails it. And that's a 5-on-3. Wonderful stuff once again from the star player of Space Soldiers.
Buster. Backing off with the smoke still out at Palace. Doesn't have much to work with. Dimasic needs to be the one to open up some space for him by getting a kill at A main.
Oh, he's a beast, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. Zantaras is nuts. I mean, he's not even top fragging in this game, to be fair. Paz leads the way on 21, but Zantaras has had some very impressive kills. And he seems to get them in strings of kills.
Exactly. It's like he'll be quiet for a couple of rounds and just blow up. As we go into the 5 versus 1 now. Buster. He has got his work cut out from him, I'm afraid. He has 1 smoke, the AK-47. Luckily, the bomber's on his back, but he knows he can't win this one. What's the play? He's just trying to stay alive for 55 seconds. That means he gets no money into the next round. It's not like saving the CD side. You can save your weapon, then drop. He actually has 0 in the bank right now, and he'll get $2,400 into the next, if he even dies. But there it is. Engine will take him down. Dire scenes for AVANGAR. They have $2,400 pretty much across the board, and they're 14-8 down. This is one of those situations where you pick your poison. Right now, there's no good option. You either go all in and buy up with UMPs and pistols and try and deny match points, or you take a full eco and allow them to get it and try and win 7 rounds in a row after that. Doesn't sound like either option is actually that good.
No, not that viable. Not exactly what you would want.
So CZ, they've gone for the all-in play.
Surprisingly late for the first time out to be called.
The thing is, when the Tech-9 was at its absolute peak, these sort of rounds were actually very viable on Mirage because you could do the wall of smokes towards A, and the run and gun
Yep.
potential of the Tech-9s going through smokes with flashbangs was absolutely wild. But with the CZ...
Do you miss it?
I miss the Tech-9 generally. I feel like they, once again, unfortunately, like it's one of those weapons that got removed from the game, essentially. We see it like once, a couple of times a tournament, maybe now. The CZ's completely taken over. It's a shame it gets completely like removed out the meta once it got changed.
It was overpowered, though.
It definitely was, yeah. But it seems like the CZ's completely taking the limelight now as we get into one of the final rounds here. Just to reiterate, they have gone all in with the pistols, the armor, and the nades. That suggests a set piece, and might not even be required. Calix gets aggressive there, taken down by the CZ. Luckily, no weapon recovered, and a frag returned. And it's now a 4 versus 4.
Buster instead to a Deagle. Tara's positioned, easily able to take down Christian, who is making quite a bit of noise inside of mid. James the next to go in the same direction, but aside from smoking off Xantares, who then throws out a nade, to be fair, so now he's given away his own position. Not much he can really do. In fact, the smoking has a gap. 4 for Xantares. He's not going to take the fight. Instead, he's going to call Engine inside of the site. He goes down to Buster, but he's gotten the bomb in the meantime. And Paz will take out James, leaving us with just Buster. Major's on the case.
There we go. All in. Did not really work out. They've got to plan out that map. They'd be okay for this round. They think they get $2,900 now, and it is indeed match point. 15-8. 7 rounds in a row required from AVANGAR. It looks like the run might be over here against Space Soldiers. Remember, they are 0-2. They will have another life, but it's not a team I predict seeing in the final 16 here. It's great to give them exposure here. It's lovely to see that they get so many viewers and showcase themselves. But overall, it looks like Space Soldiers are going to be running away with this one. Xantares spots a couple. Good discipline, though. He knows they're going to be weak at this point. Don't let them back into this game. Good little flashback there. Nifty, he takes down Prison. Gets the double kill, of course. He arrives in spades once again. He wants to shut this game down right here, right now. 5 versus 3. Xantares tagged up, but it looks like it's done.
Still a case in it. If they can open up the A side, Calix is inside of the sandwich, and James getting closer behind, but Xantares low on HP as well, meaning if they could win that duel, they would be able to pinch, but Calix has decided to change his position, knowing perhaps that Xantares was not going to be able to help Kicker nearly. Finds a double, but couldn't locate Engine fast enough. That maybe just enough to push it completely over the edge. Keep in mind, with AVANGAR here, there is more Kazakhstani players in this event than Swedish players. I thought I'd see the day. Buster and James managing to pull this back as well. Major and Xantares down. Paz the last alive, and the bomb will be planted on the A site. I know exactly where Paz is now as well.
Yeah, a few more twists and turns, it seems. 2 versus 1. Paz, top fragger so far for Space Soldiers. Wants to close this out right now, but it looks unlikely. Good setup here from AVANGAR. You can see Buster on top of the bomb site right now, but a good smoke towards jungle. Eliminates one of the opponents here. And now, if he can find Buster to kick things off, he might have a real chance, but not meant to be, I'm afraid. James pushes through the smoke, takes him down. And AVANGAR live to fight another day, at least on this map. As we go 15-9, there'll be plenty of money available for Space Soldiers here. 6 rounds in a row now. He's got to concentrate and take each round as it comes. He fought Xantares at that initial play map. That would be it. 5 on 3. Somehow they recover.
At least for now. But they'll get the AWP out on James. Money's still reasonable for Space Soldiers as well, so there's quite a bit of a hole to dig themselves from. 6 gonna be smoked off as well inside of A main. Pretty standard default that they've been running every single round.
Yeah. Playing a nice tight game. Don't give anything up. Don't take any risks. Wait for the CTs to get impatient and Molotov there, but doesn't do too much damage. Nice move from Major. Doesn't give up his frag. Has to use the smoke, but that's fine. He's still alive. And he gives up 13 points of health there. As the smoke goes in towards middle. Could boost above this if they want to. Indeed, they will. Run boost, perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay, well, nothing too impressive there, but no presence from the CTs in middle, so at least they have mid control. Bust in towards the Palace. Looks like an A split coming through. Molotov towards short. Ideally, you want a bit of smoke there if you're going to be fully committing towards CT spawn and ticket booth. But Xantares is behind them, and he will cause an absolute nightmare. He's going to get both kills, almost guaranteed. At this point, the PT1000 can't quite do it, but there it is. It should be all done here. Calyx with a nice 3-man spray down. They finish things off. The overall scoreline will be 16-9. Space Soldiers go 1-1. AVANGAR goes 0-2 in this brutal Swiss format.
Brutal indeed, but they get to the 1-1 bracket. This will reset them, and they'll take it one game at a time. Space Soldiers, I still think, can be a dark horse in this tournament. It wasn't perfect. There was still a few issues, but certainly the teamwork was much better than yesterday.
Absolutely.
As they said, communication was off on Cobblestone. They were going one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Today, they had a plan and a good default discipline all the way through. AVANGAR seemingly the same problems. Good CT side. I think actually, in some ways, despite having one round less, I think a better CT side overall today because they were winning important duels. They were just getting outclutched, but still can't get it going on the T side.
Yeah,